just about live. Come on. And we are live on the YouTubes. Hello, YouTubes.
Ooh, YouTube is live. We're live on everywhere else too.
Rest in peace, Peanut Butter. Rest in peace.
Peanut butter. Okay, so in about like 5 minutes, we're doing a the union speech. We're gonna do like ladies and gentlemen, all that fun stuff. It's gonna be deep. You can talk about your feelings without as much as I want to mention. Well, we do mention Pixelborn in this
As much
channel.
as I enjoyed peanut butter, I'm really hoping
time
that the
to-
jelly comes. I'm hoping the jelly.
The jelly
comes.
will come.
We
Jelly
knew that Jif was coming. We knew Jif was coming to take out peanut butter.
Yeah, because we're eating great value peanut butter for months. It's been delicious.
For free.
You
We've
love
just
it.
been given free peanut butter.
Who doesn't want to say no? Who's gonna say no to free peanut butter, right?
I like having peanut butter with my friends. Just.
I love sharing a good PB with a friend or two.
Absolutely.
It's a love. It was such a lovely time, and the interesting part with especially like us, we knew the creator of peanut butter. Like that was the crazy part.
I was his first IRL. I was peanut butter's first IRL game.
That's crazy. Like that's such a big deal. Like we knew it, so it's a little personal for us, and like probably other people too. So I don't know. It's just a sad to go. But like the people that are like shocked that this happened, I feel like they don't understand how the law works.
And here's the funny thing is like those who think they know how the law works don't understand the actual situation.
Again, you don't even understand the situation, but like at the end of the day, if the big mouse says no to peanut butter, we can't have peanut butter. Like it's just their idea.
Here's the fun thing though. Peanut butter willingly took themselves off the shelf.
Right.
They were not
said he was going to.
Yeah.
The creator of peanut butter was like, I'm okay with this. Like I'm not trying to steal anyone else's money. Yeah. I'm not against the idea. It's just if they knock on the door saying, hey, you're giving up too much peanut butter, then we stop. Like,
Peter
and
Pan,
that's It's heartbreaking. It hurts.
Oh, it hurts.
We're sad.
Yeah.
But this day was an eventuality rather than will it happen.
Oh yeah, it was definitely a win, not if.
Yeah, like, and I think that's the big thing with like people that are like I'm upset. I'm genuinely upset about it. But I'm not upset that it happened. I'm upset that it's gone. Like it's just like
you're not angry, you're mourning. In a way. Like you're not shocked, you're not like, or at least I'm not. I'm not shocked. I'm not like angry. I'm just in like a state of mourning, But yeah, peanut butter, you will be missed. I will be eating as much of you as I can.
Yeah, we'll be enjoying it as much as we can for the next couple of days.
I want to figure out the best way to eat peanut butter in this new season.
Yeah, I would like to know. I still don't know. I mean, I have an idea, but like
people like it frozen. People like it with a squirrel.
I love a good squirrel nut. Peanut butter is delicious, and when a squirrel has the peanut butter, they love a good peanut butter. Great invite. Lorcanabro. Dude, the last 4 guests have all been top 32.
Dude, it's crazy. Like
yeah, it's insane.
I don't
understand.
Top 32 of DLC Atlanta. Ah!
It's okay. It's okay. They know. They know who Lorcanabro is. They're aware. Where is he on this?
Also, you got a bunch of gatos behind you, and they're very cute.
Oh, you can see the dots. Yeah, well, the big one is mine. The other one's the girlies, and like the girlie's away in Boston right now.
Boston.
So, Boston. Yeah, she's a asshole. Love her. Yeah, so it's fun.
Let's go Celtics.
Let's go Celtics.
Let's go Celtics.
Sweet, dude. That's so crazy. I mean, never a doubt, but still.
Get that broom out.
Okay. Send friend
request. Who won Boston next, huh? Who won it next?
Luka, probably.
We have Drew Holiday. He knows voodoo. That's why everyone's been injured. He played in New Orleans for a couple years.
He did. He was a pal. He was a pal one day. It's so crazy. It's so crazy. My pals are dead, huh?
TDD collects. Hello.
Hello.
We're gonna discuss the death of peanut butter.
We are. It's gonna be. I'm just trying to invite our first guest, which I kind of like what we're doing. With
Just
the show.
Yeah, anyone can come in at any time as long as you have our permission. And
yeah, the free flow was crazy. Dude, it was so fun. Like I had
Brendan
genuinely
Candio
so much
came in.
fun.
I'm like,
I didn't know what was happening until Wonderlands
I?
texted me it. Like, hey, do you want Brendan and stuff? I was like, why would you even ask that question? Like,
yeah.
And also, he followed me on Twitter today.
He followed me on Twitter too. I'm like,
dude,
bro.
Thanks, Aaron Ruben, for that one.
Dude, we're getting there. We're going up there, man.
The fact that like he follows us, dude.
Are
we like an official like a Lorcana thing now?
Well, you might.
Is there an expectation?
You might see me on a broadcast
in Chi-Town.
Maybe in Chi-Town. Maybe. I doubt anyone has that power is watching this, but maybe.
Interesting that you say that.
I am going to Chicago though, so.
But like,
and I do have a pretty cool deck sleeved up. With the Scrooge McDuck sleeves.
Okay.
Ready for Real Play Network. Lots of news in the past 48 hours.
Yeah, join whenever. Right in just a bit. It's freeform. So.
I'm sorry, YouTube, that you had to hear that.
Can they hear my?
Oh no, they heard my Twitter.
Oh, okay. All right, we're live. Everything's going crazy. Okay.
Hello, live.
Okay, I'm about to show my face to everybody. People are shopping up. People are excited. I'm about to start screaming. My friends are downstairs. Love them, but I'm about to get loud. So, all right, ready? Ready for the show? Cause I'm fucking pumped, dude. I am pumped. Actually, let me get that. Okay. Wow, you are very personal. I love this.
Hold on.
Oh, wait. You said hold on, but we're live. It's too late.
No!
Wait, we're not live. I lied. It's okay. I lied. It's on me. Alright, hi. Ladies and gentlemen. Men and women of all Illumineers.
Check 1 2 check.
There's a good reason why.
Check.
There's a good reason why.
You hear me?
People can hear. Yeah,
okay, cool. Hello.
I am your co-host of Lorcana After Dark. Yours truly, Y Breezy. Tonight, I am joined with the beautiful, the genius, the beautiful man himself.
Hello, I am Knive, and I'm here to share with you about the death of peanut butter.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are here to address the nation of the Illumineers, from coast to coast to nation. We are here to mourn the loss of peanut butter. Some might know it as other names, which I will not name here. It was a platform for many Illumineers alike to enjoy the game they fall in love with, that we all fell in love with, that we still love to this day. That you can have unlimited access to every single card in your library, every single card, unlimited. If you want to even bling it out, there was availability to make them enchanted, to make it look pretty. Which even the DLC promos were available to play before its death. Peanut Butter was a platform to test for hours and hours, and non-stop. Professional players are on there for hours.
And so am I.
But yeah, one man created this thing. Peanut Butter was created by one person. One person that we all love. Like, he's one of the nicest humans I've ever talked to. He loved this game probably more than anyone else, because he spent hours and hours days after days to fix and solve problems that he didn't have to. He didn't have to. And now it was an eventuality, correct?
Yeah, it was gonna happen. It was a matter of when, not if.
Yeah. So a day that we all didn't want to happen came before a solution was arrived, which is the problem. However, I will address this a little bit later as well. Where again, it'll be silly to not talk about this issue. I think it's a very important thing because a lot of people's this is the only way to play this game, right? Like I know many people who are this is it. Like there's no other way. Like the pack, the creator of the pack, she's from South Africa. There's no other way to play this game other than the thing that was created, which is Pixelborn. And it's sad, it's gone, but again, it will be silly for us to be like, oh, that would have lived forever because it won't. It's an unofficial client with the opportunity to play games, create content, do so much. You could have played limited format through it if you drafted on a different server, in a different website. You could have done so much. You could have played Glimmer Wheel, which Manticore, shout out the creator of Labyrinth, did, where we basically played a feature format including wheels. We could have done that too. It was a beautiful platform, and now it is being shut down. And you want to kind of talk through it as well? How do you feel about it, Mr. Knife?
Yeah, so as established, like we knew this was gonna happen.
Right.
Like this isn't a like, oh my gosh, this never was gonna happen. Pavel knew that this was gonna happen. Our friend Pavel. He made it clear from
Pavel
the
is
very.
one of the best people.
Oh, he's an incredible human being, but he knew from the very beginning, and he said it repeatedly at the very beginning, was like, as soon as Disney contacts him, as soon as Ravensburger contacts him about stopping, he will. And that's what happened. This wasn't a cease and desist. This was not like a letter of them. This was a, hey, we caught you. Can you stop? And
Right.
he went, absolutely.
Yeah, like R&B said though, right after Atlanta felt like a hook out of like an uppercut out of nowhere, which is the kind of upsetting part. I think that also the other issue that we have is that we're on such a good high of the weekend that we truly had. Like it wasn't necessarily like the winners had a great time, obviously, but like overall it was a celebration to enjoy this game. And one of the biggest pillars of this game was this client that we were given, because especially when we have to roll back all the way to chapter 1, where like you couldn't buy product, you couldn't play paper if you even wanted to, other than like the starter decks. And like, yes, starter deck gameplay is fun, but you don't want to do that. You want to play good decks, you want to have fun with it, and you want to explore your options by buying more cards. And that's kind of the beauty of TCGs overall. And having that online client that provided that with a rank system, which was a genius idea to make the game feel like you're doing something alongside with just testing the decks you want to play, made it one of the reasons why many fell in love with the game. And now, again, like you said, it was about to happen, and Pavel's very open about, like, hey, if it happens, I'm gonna let it happen, even though it's a heartbreaking thing, and it's okay to feel sad. I do want to emphasize, like, I don't know what he wants to do. Like, the hashtag Hire Pavel thing is one of the coolest things. We don't know what he wants to do. We don't know how he feels about it. And like, it would be hard for it to be like, I just wish a digital con was available. Exactly, Remy. But like, we don't know, and being upset about the unknown is a little like, we don't know. But before we do,
Shit.
pop into more details.
Oh.
It's okay. It's okay. But yeah, it's a little sad. It's somber. But I do want to highlight again. This show is about positivity. Yeah. Trying to diminish the feelings someone else are having is ridiculous. Again, I don't want to. Again, this is one of those things where like being upset is fine. Like you should be upset. You should talk about it because it is something you care about.
Yeah.
And if you are upset about something, R&B, like I am one of those people that are genuinely. I am an emotional human being. Like I will be loud and be emotional, and like I'm really upset about Pixelborn being just gone. I don't feel good about it, but people that are like, "Oh, accepted," I don't agree with that either. But it's about to happen, and it's part of grief. Like it is unfortunately part of grief, and we're gonna be upset about it. Yeah. And ladies and gentlemen, Wow, dude, you look so beautiful. But ladies and gentlemen, I do want to kind of get your opinion on this as well. But today we have someone very, very special. This man came to Atlanta, conquered it, did fantastic, did amazing, killed it. Got killed by a fellow team member, which I kind of want to talk about as well. But Mr. Lorcanabro, Aaron Ruben, welcome to Lorcana After Dark. Thanks so much for being on the show.
Breezy.
One of the greatest players I've ever seen.
What's up? How's it going, guys?
It's going amazing. It's a little sad day, obviously. You probably know why. Kind of want to get your opinion on like the pick, especially being the competitive player that you are. How much of that game, how much of an online client impacted you throughout this experience, and how do you feel about this whole situation?
Yeah. Obviously, it's just tragic news. Basically, like the online. Sorry, that's my puppy Luffy.
We love puppies.
On the online client, basically pushed the metagame so much further than it would naturally go. Sorry, let me just close this door.
Again, I disagree when people do invalidate. Like being upset is fine. Like you should be be upset about this, man. Like, I'm upset about. Everyone should be. It's okay.
So I got two things on that. Like one, it's just not good. It's a bad sign for the competitive game because the online meta, like, always pushed the game forward, and then the paper meta kind of caught up to the online meta, and without all of this just massive volume of games that are happening online, the game is not going to be pushed to its maximum competitive potential. And as a competitive player, that's obviously a huge L for the game. Also, just there's a lot of people who just don't have access to the cards, and this was a very low cost or free, no cost way to play the game. So now there is also going to be people who are just denied the ability to play the game. So all of that is very unfortunate. But I always am kind of like try and look forward, like this is where we are. There's nothing we can really do about it. We have to accept it. So what's our best path forward? And in these times, I really do believe like this is where the community has to band together even more. Like, so Pixel made it super easy for everyone to connect and everyone to play. And it made it also super easy for content creators to create content, right? And now it's going to be a lot harder for people to play, and it's going to be a lot more challenging for content creators to create content. So we all have to, as a community, really need to band together now more than ever. And we have to be very deliberate about, coordinating with each other, working with each other to keep pushing the game and keeping the game strong. Right.
Yeah. I mean, like people like you, I've seen the streams. I've seen the Labyrinth, the Discord, like live streams where y'all just played games on and out, like hours. And now being able to pull that off, yes, you can do it through a webcam, which we'll kind of get into as well, because I do genuinely think we have a great option for people to play random games here and there. But it won't be the same, obviously. But like that being taken away, it's just very unfortunate. I mean, when I think about like you said, the creation pushing decks, like for Yu-Gi-Oh perspective, the Edison format, the 2010 format, the way deck building has changed so much throughout testing over the years. When people went back to older formats, it changed completely, and because of that, like repetition, hours and end just testing things out, because that new technology was available to test out hundreds of games in a shorter period. Now that being gone, not only is going to change how decks are being built, just because we're in a slower pace, it's going to change how everything's going to be. Like right now, we know the big two decks on top of our heads right now, but now being able to test other options are not going to be as safe, because now you got to invest real money, real everything to maybe or you can proxy it, but it's not. I don't like proxies, man. I just hate it. So it's going to be hard for a lot of people to kind of get into that, and it's going to slow things down. But we got to be optimistic, right? Like we have to believe as a community to and be loud about the fact that we need this option because without it, it's just gonna hurt the game rather than help grow this game that we fall in love with.
Yeah, I think that the potential positive that this has is it kind of forces us to interact with each other more in the community. It's like, I for my YouTube, which actually is probably just going to end up retiring my YouTube. But if I were to keep it, I can't just do deck techs and play some games online. I would have to be like, hey, Breezy, you want to come
Sure.
on an episode and we'll play some games and record it, and that would be so. It's going to force people to interact with each other, and I think that definitely has that's a net plus for the community. So it's going to bring us together even more, I think, in the long run, or well, I mean, hopefully in the long run, there's something else that will replace it. But in the short run, I think there are potential for it to bring us together even more as a community.
Yeah, again, that's like the very optimistic side, right?
Sure.
Like we just have to connect it, and I really appreciate that approach because that is I think the correct and like the right way to kind of look into this because there's a lot of like ups like I feel like for me it was one of those things where sometimes I just want to get on Pixelborn at like 4 in the morning, play a game or two, and just close my laptop and go to sleep again. And it's just like that's kind of being taken away from us is very unfortunate. But like you said, it's kind of hopefully will bring us up, and but at the same time, it's hard not to be genuinely upset about it. Like, but because like if you don't get an online client, let's say a year, it's gonna really hurt how everything is being tested, how everything is, and that really will blow. But it'll be really impossible for me to think about the Ravensburger team, Burger, Ooh, Burger. Shout out to Burgers. But like the Ravensburger team that like they've been listening to us so well for the entirety of the year. Like they've been solving the issues that we have, communicating back and forth. It'll be really impossible for us to assume that they're just gonna disband and not listen to the people being upset. And like that's the also the other optimistic side of it too, right? Like they close this potentially to make their own, which is the only hope that we truly have moving forward.
Right. By no means am I trying to sit here and tell you guys that this is a good thing. Not at all. Like this is a massive L for the game and for the community as a whole. But I'm just trying to, there's so much, negativity about it, and rightfully so. I'm just trying to
I really
be more
appreciate that approach
positive
you have.
about it, so that I personally don't just spiral into
Yeah,
oblivion.
yeah. Like hearing you say like that might put a pause into channel is like really upsetting to me. Like the fact that you're still being able to be like, yeah, yeah, like we have to be positive. That's such a powerful approach that you have, and really appreciate that because I feel like a lot of people aren't taking that road. Which the fact that you can is such a powerful thing, and I really appreciate you saying that because like I'm upset. I'm genuinely upset about it. It's just like I don't know. It really felt like a gut punch out of nowhere, but we know it coming. It just felt like it was just too soon, right after something so special, which was Atlanta. Like it was right there. We had so much fun.
Would you have rather known a week before Atlanta?
I mean, I never know, but like, I guess that would have been better.
I don't think so. Like,
because
there was something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry. Go ahead.
Because Pavel said like he's known this for a bit. Like this happened a while ago, according to him. But like so like. It wasn't like, oh, Atlanta happened, bam, Disney goes,
right,
no more Pixelborn. It's Pavel goes, okay, I choose this time to let everyone know.
Right.
I guess that's true.
The thing is, like, the weekend was like for me at least was like, so magical. Like it was an incredible weekend. It was so much more than I could have ever expected it to be. This is coming from used to be a competitive Magic player. I traveled and grinded for tournaments all the time, so like that experience is not new to me, but this experience was new to me, and it
Mm-hmm.
was incredible. And I feel like knowing that before would have kind of put a little stain on the weekend. Like, a lot of people would have been talking about it, getting up in arms about it at the event. And I just prefer
Yeah.
the way it was, where we didn't know. Our ignorance was bliss, and
Exactly.
and we just had
It's,
we just had happy times, and I
Yeah.
loved that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like one thing that's been coming up with this whole thing is that there have been a lot of reasonable reactions.
Mhm.
There have been like, it is reasonable to be upset. It is reasonable to be disappointed. What's not unreasonable is spreading disinformation. Like, making the whole situation worse than what it actually is. Like, Pavel is not in any legal trouble. He is not, like, this was not a cease and desist. A cease and desist is a very specific thing.
Yes.
This was not that. This was instead of a stop or we'll make you, it's a, hey, we noticed this, please stop. And Pavel obliged. That's what happened. Disney did not come down with a massive hammer. And so, like, this kind of thing has kind of spiraled into this kind of disinformation thing. But, like, overall, I think, like, this is a bad thing. Like, it's, or a negative thing, not a bad thing. It's a thing that happened. And one thing I've learned in life is, like, not everything's bad and nothing is good. Things happen, and they happen positively, they happen negatively. Positive, we might be more interconnected than ever before. We have a couple places such as Real Play Network that has been set up. They've been working on it for a while, but they had to speed it up and release it now after this announcement. I think we're going to see a lot more teams be developed. I think we're going to I think content, it is a personal opinion of mine, but I find gameplay content creation kind of basic. Like, just playing games in front of Pixelborn. You know?
I mean, yeah.
I think
like,
this will lead to more creativity.
But the thing with that is, like, again, this is kind of a conversation here for, like, I watch a lot of, like, Yu-Gi-Oh content, like the entertainment stuff, where a lot of it is done through their online client, which is Master Duel.
Yeah.
You have a lot of those, like you have you know, the roulettes, the master roulettes, the character, a bunch of, like, just a game modes within the game that was provided, that was created by content creators. There's a bunch of those that like we did a Manticore, the creator of Labyrinth. I did 2 episodes with that guy, 2 mini series, which I wish it was longer. Which, shout out to Manticore for it. Called the Glimmer Wheel, where we just did that basically through Pixelborn, and it was one of the most fun I had creating content. And now I can't do something like that, where we can't be like, oh yeah, we can just do kind of like a movie feature style, where we just spin a wheel, pick a move, or get a movie, build a deck, move on. We can't do that, because now if I were to do that, now I gotta buy, like, bunch of Diablos that I don't want to buy. Maybe, I mean, I would like to, but, like, I don't want to do just for the show. And it just creates that weird, I don't know what to do with it. And honestly, tabletop sims suck, so I don't want to do that either. So it's unfortunate. It was bound to happen, and I want people to be upset about it, because
yes,
but rightfully so. And like you said, there's a lot of misinformation. And like R&B said, if it is, I think Lorcana would still exist with Pixel. Yeah, I mean, again, it's just a weird dynamic where, like, I don't know, like Brandon says, the best, very good. By the way, shout out to B-Square24 here as well. He's saying this. I think Lorcana would still exist with the Pixel one, which I do agree. Like, it would be silly for us to assume it would be dead, but the accessibility of the Chapter 1, especially, being able to play this game so much without no cards, was such a good bonus. It was just a huge plus that now it's gone.
It is a very valuable tool that was used by the community that has been put away until something official arises.
It's really unfortunate, and just wanted to talk about it, because, like, it will be silly for us to not mention it, right? But again, this Lorcana After Dark is a positive space. We want to bring that positivity. Brandon and John T, shout out to This Week in Ink, has created something magical, and something really entertaining, which is if you haven't familiar This Week in Ink, which you should pay attention to, they have created the Real Play Network. Would you like to kind of explain to the people, Mr. Knife?
Yeah, absolutely. So,
because you played the first game ever on there.
Yes, I did. So, the Real Play Network is basically just a Discord server set up by John T and B Squared, and the goal for that is to be the place where wherever you are in the world, if you have a camera, like even just a phone, and some paper cards, you can play Lorcana with anyone else in the world with those things. It's not going to be as successful, like it's not going to be like as prominent as Pixelborn. A lot of people, there were a ton of people on Pixelborn. There won't be as many people there. You might have to wait a while for a game or so, especially at the start, and we lost White Breezy. But yeah, that's essentially what it is. It's going to be a Discord server where we're going to be able to play webcam games with each other, and it's going to be a good time. They're going to have private rooms. They're going to have public rooms, so you can watch other people play. I think that's going to be I think places like that are going to be the new hotbed for testing. Yeah, absolutely. Just like that. Like, literally, that's all you need.
It's funny you guys bring that up because I was literally looking on Amazon today for like those camera rigs, those overhead camera rigs. There's some really nice options online for like, anywhere from like $60 to $100. So I mean, it's really interesting to think about that, potentially those items are just going to be like household staples for Lorcana players now. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to get myself one of those.
Yeah. Like Brandon says, like, it won't replace Pixelborn, but we're hoping it's going to like curb these like side effects of lacking an online client. Like, since there is not an online client, there's going to be some things that happen. People in places where Lorcana is not available, it's going to be unavailable. Significantly so. And so, like, we're trying to mitigate these negative side effects as much as possible.
But also just LGSs. Like,
LGSs?
Yeah.
I don't know about you guys, but I have not gone to a locals for so long because it's just like, why, when I can just jam like way more games online, like way faster, or like, coordinate with a team and play a bunch of games with them. Part of me is also just really excited to like go back to my LGSs to jam games and get some of those promos, get some of those pins.
Dude, you've been missing out this whole time.
I know.
Yeah. And say like, bravo, like LGSs, like, hey, local games
promote.
Now's the time to promote. Like,
yeah. Again,
we heard your Pixelborn's gone. We are here for you. We are now we can be a space for you to play Lorcana. We have these dates. We have these times. We have a league. We have product. Like, Ursula's Return is everywhere right now. Like, come on in.
Box store tomorrow.
Have a community here. Yeah. Like, tomorrow night I'm the TO for my LGS's league. Like, nice. It's really cool stuff. Like I'm hoping to see a couple people there finally.
It's a huge deal, man. It's very unfortunate, but again, like the Lorcana Bros mentality is what we should all aspire to be, which is like, look into the positive. What can we do to improve this game? Will it slow down the deck building process? Sure, but it's gonna bring the community together. Like you said, I would love to be able to hop on people's channels, like the Real Play Network, just crank some games out. Because like honestly, this. Unfortunately, in a weird way, this made me want to play the game more. In a weird sense of like, I want to respect, like I want to actually like paper it and do it. But it's a great plus, but at the same time, it's a big negative. It's just a weird thing. Like, people don't have access to cards. It's just there's no winning or losing. It's just a weird.
Yeah.
There's a lot of losing, but you gotta look in. We have to look into positives, because if you just sulk, then we will kind of lose our interest in the game that we kind of fell in love with. And people like you are doing an incredible job in Atlanta showing up doing tops, and like it's just like we want more of that to happen by people just playing the game more. Now we got to do it through paper, so be it, and rather than just be like, oh, I'm never gonna play this game because it just feels wrong to do so because we kind of fell in love with the game with and without the Pixelborn, and Pixelborn just helped it so significantly. Oh man, it's just a shame. It's just a shame we lost peanut butter, you know.
Ohana, what do you think the webcam competitive scene will look like? It will look rough.
The same.
It will look rough.
Yeah, it's gonna look funny. People don't have the best setups, but you know, I like the setups. It's gonna be fun. And we'll go nowhere. There's no content creation. I disagree. I do think there's decent, like, there's the good amount of content creation we can do, but it just won't be as booted up, go kind of deal.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna require a lot more planning, both on the technology side and on the actual implementation and coordinating side. Like, we're gonna have to be a lot more deliberate, and we're gonna have to be a lot more precise, and there's gonna be a lot of lower quality content coming out initially as we kind of like dial the knobs in and figure out the best way to deliver it. Because now it's not like I can just I need a camera, that overhead one, simultaneous with the camera that I have, and I have to make sure that my microphone's really good, and then we all need that setup. Plus, we've got to record it focalized on one person, so it's just going to be a challenge, but it's a challenge that I am actually excited for. And I think, as Neve said, it provides a lot more flexibility in how you are going to be able to deliver your content. It's going to allow a lot more creativity and autonomy, and that is something I'm super excited for. I used to do improv comedy for like 7 years, so I've just got that performance spirit in me, and
love
so
that,
I've got
dude.
all these juices are flowing. And
we love a good improv. Okay, Mr. Lorca. Okay, Aaron, I see you. Okay, dude. It's just one of those things where I don't know. We got to look into like R&B said he didn't stream, which you should, R&B. Which you should, but yeah, it's just I don't know, man. It's a shitty situation at the end of the day, but we have to solve it. We have to be strong about it, and there's nothing we can do to change it other than just be vocal, loud, and hopefully they'll listen to us and give us that online client we desperately need now.
Yep, or at least say awareness, like even if it's a little something of like, we hear you and we're getting things set up.
I think the part that, honestly, like, again, it's a risky topic. I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh yeah, this is gonna be great. I'm gonna like this might potentially ruin the chance of ever revealing a card, which is one of my bucket list items, and I'm not gonna lie about it.
We want to reveal a card, please.
We would love to. Hopefully
love to.
At Cusco. But again, it might not happen just because of this conversation. But the lack of communication, other than what Pavel said, is a little like, it's not like a dirty move, but it's what they're going to do, and it's understandable. It's just we need that communication that we've been kind of loving from them. Like, we've been so open from that conversation. Like, hey, we sold out of 500 tickets. Let's quad it. Yep. Fantastic. It's just the lack of it within that 24 hours have been a little unfortunate, and we would love to, and that's the frustrating part on my end. Like, I want to hear what they have to say about it, other than like the secrets, the end of it, and that is the part that we have to be, unfortunately, a little patient, but like we need it quick, because if not, people are gonna overreact. It's the internet, and it's gonna hurt. So that's the part that upsets me personally, is that like the unknown is scary. Shout out Frozen 2 for that. So like we need to have that option. We need to have okay, you shut down this beautiful access. So what now? And we don't know that, and that's the part that's really upsetting, I think, rather than like it just sucks. I don't know, man. It's just such a weird moment. Such a weird moment in Lorcana. I mean,
in some ways, Ravensburger has been negatively affected by this.
Sure.
Like because of something that's happened, they might not have done this. Like, they might have had no clue, and then they start getting comments on the official Discord. They're getting message on Twitter is like, "Hey, you need an online client now." They're like, "Whoa." First off, this is a thing we can't acknowledge. We cannot acknowledge that Pixelborn exists. That's just bad PR talk.
It's definitely like an L for Ravensburger as well. And I'm sure there's so many, departments in Ravensburger corporate that were like, please don't do this, please don't do this. But like at the end of the day, once like legal sets their sights on something, like you can't stop it.
Yeah, I saw someone on Lorcana Facebook trying to get some lawyers to like represent Pavel pro bono. I'm like, no.
I don't think he wants that. Like, that's the thing. And like Brenda said, like Rochelle, one of the biggest community managers out there, she said she can't speak on it, which is the unfortunate part, I think. Which is the part that like I'm personally upset about, because the unknown is what people are going to be more angry about. Like, and that's the weird gray area that we're in. Also, shout out to TFM, by the way, the Forbidden Mountain, for the raid. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Y'all did fantastic in Atlanta as well. Shout out to them.
Yeah.
Shout out to Dan for just being on the show prior. I gotta get Dick Burns on it, by the way. He's a phenomenal human. We gotta get him on the show as well.
There are a lot of phenomenal humans.
Oh, the TFM is just so the team again. We would love to see more teams show up, because Labyrinth showed out in Atlanta, dude. Like y'all showed up. Y'all decided to show up, which I want to talk about real quick. Well, not real quick, because that's the other part of the conversation I want to have with you, Mr. Lorcanabro, Mr. Aaron Ruben, Mr. Again, I've been we had the honor to speak on the Illuminators last week.
Yeah.
It's been fantastic, and the moment we talked, I was like, okay, this big brain needs to be on my show immediately. So, how was Atlanta? How was your experience? Kind of want to bring a more brighter point into the community. Because we kind of need it. I want to hear how your experience was, and how did you do, and why do you hate R&B now?
So, yeah, screw R&B. No.
He said,
no. Can I actually share my screen for a second?
Absolutely, the screen, everything is.
I have some pictures I'd love to
dude,
share.
Whatever. Again, this is a free flowing show. Whatever you want to do.
As long as you don't put anything up that will get us like.
No, it's gonna be all good.
Oh no,
it's gonna be all good. If you want
to show some of your favorite One Piece moments, please feel free to as well. With spoilers, obviously, but.
All right. Can you guys see my screen?
Aaron is always so positive. That felt wrong. Yeah, that might be the first negative thing you ever said I've heard. Like, it's so fun. It's so funny.
Look at all those people.
Wow! Look at it.
Yeah. So like, this is just to give people who weren't there a sense of how massive this event was. Like, look.
That looks so beautiful, man.
Oh man, I can't wait till Chicago, dude.
Like, this is like. Oh well, I'm jumping ahead.
That's top 8. That's what top 8
this is
like.
me after Ryan beat me. So I did this with what's the guy's name? The Lord 20 guy. Why am I forgetting his name? I love this guy. Well, I did this to another member of the community after I knocked them out in one of my runs in a previous tournament. So I was like, Ryan, you gotta hit me with the steel chair right now. So we just did this, we're just having a good time. Yeah, he beat me, but like I was not at all upset about it. Like I love Ryan so much. I'm so happy and grateful to have met him, and like he's one of my really, really good friends now. So, and,
look at all the handsome boys. This is so cute. Oh my god.
We took some glam pics. So I think that's it. Let me see. Oh, there's another one from.
Oh my word, there's so many people in there.
Oh my
dude, people would be having heart attacks 4 years ago.
But yeah, just like it was an incredible weekend. Like there was so much, energy in the room. It was, like I said, I've gone to competitive Magic tournaments, and I know what that's like. And there was just something different about this. Like everyone was so supportive. Everyone was so friendly. Everyone was so loving. Nobody had a bad attitude. Like normally in competitive card games, if like there'll be people who like lose and are just like, oh, you just got so lucky you drew that card, or this matchup's so good for me, you got really lucky that you won. And there's, you know, just various forms of salt. And there was none of that. Wow. Here. Everyone was so kind and so warm, and everyone was just supporting each other and, you know, pushing each other to go as far as they can go, just like Moana. So it was so much more than I really ever could have imagined it to be in terms of the people side. And obviously I had an incredible run as well, and that was not, you know, expected. I mean, you go in and you try and manage your expectations. You don't want to get yourself too excited, because then I get you know, really disappointed in myself, and I'm really hard on myself as well. So I tried to come in just kind of with like kind of flat expectations. I'm going to play my best, and that's all I can do, and the chips will fall where they fall. I slid in with 44 points, so 45 points.
You're 63rd, right?
Yeah, so I was
wow, you were one of the 4.
I actually, in the last round, my opponent was like, hey, I think our 44-point breakers are the best breakers of the 44 pointers. If we intentionally draw or, you know, split our games, we'll make it in. And I was just like, I don't believe you. So
I don't believe you.
So we're gonna play. We're gonna play for it, because I believe that I need to 2-0 you so I can make it in, or you need to 2-0 me, and I'd rather one of us make it in. And we ended up splitting our games 1-1 anyways. So I thought, but to my opponent, he thought that was good enough. So obviously there's not going to be any conversations of concessions happening, because he thinks that he's now locked for top 8. So or not top 8, sorry, top 64. But so I kind of walk off, and I'm really down on myself, and I'm just thinking I'm dead, you know, but I'm locked for a let it go at the very least. So like, at least I've got the let it go. That's what I'm telling myself. And Ryan is actually the one that told me that standings were up. I didn't even check.
That's a moment. That's like, oh!
I didn't even check the standings, like when they were out. And Ryan was like, what's your name on here? And then I was like, it's something weird. It's like AAR 64, some automatic generated name. And he just starts going like, oh. So like, he's just hyping me up. And so I got in at 63rd, which was, you know, incredible. So
that's awesome. And then how did day 2 go, my friend?
Yeah, and I turned that into an awesome hero run. I mean, you could probably see it right back there. The little Rapunzel mat. There's that little Rapunzel mat right there. I got queued into a mirror match, an Amber Steel mirror match in the first round of top 64. I was 63rd seed, so I'm going to be on the draw every single game, or every single match. And Amber Steel, that's pretty much what the entire matchup is about. Who goes first has the play draw discrepancy in the mirror match is like really, really bad. But I managed to just break serve in game 1. And, you know, I honestly felt so locked in day 2. Like, I was playing better than I was playing better in day 2 than I was in day 1.
Wow.
And I was just locked in. I won game 1. He got game 2, but I already did my job. And then I was on the play and just kind of shut it down. Same thing happened the next match. I played against Red Purple, that's a much better matchup. And I felt a lot more confident in that matchup, even though I was going second. So I once again won game 1. He won game 2, and then just shut it down in game 3. And that's when I ran. What happens when an unstoppable force meets an immovable object?
Dang.
Yeah, I ran into Ryan. And he's on blue steel, and that was just one I couldn't break serve. Like, he won the 2 games that he went first, and I won the game that I went first, and he got it, and he moved on. We had some really our first game was like really close. It was really epic and intense, and the other two games were just kind of just like whoever went first steamrolled the other. So it was still really fun. Like I thought I was going to be out of the tournament in top 64, losing to the Mirror and Amber Steel, and instead I ended up with a nationals invite and all of the promos and the playmat. So like, you know, it was awesome. It was
everything
incredible.
but the I
Everything
mean,
but
hey
the
man,
Mickey,
like
yeah.
Everything but the Mickey.
Nat's invite is huge though. Like that's the
Yeah.
that's what people dream and aspire to when they got there. But like Labyrinth team so showed out, and like everyone here, the lab team is here in the chat as well, and like I from the conversations from everyone that had, it's just been such a cool thing to see like how supportive a team looks like and how healthy that like relationship, like y'all stayed in together, y'all did all that together, and it's just been such a cool experience to watch along from the distance here as well. And like everyone's just been such a supportive, like it's so cool to watch y'all do their thing and just be so involved. And like from the distance, we're so proud of y'all. Like it's just so cool to see this team evolve and just absolutely crush it in both Lille and Atlanta. It's just been so cool, and you, my friend, are part of that, and like you are part of that history book. Top 16, first ever Lorcana event. That's for like people are like me who are gonna be like Lorcana historians are gonna remember and like just you gotta Knive is gonna collect all the data. Be like, these are the deck lists, by the way, and it's gonna be phenomenal. And like the fact that you did it, we're so proud and we're so happy to see you do that. And now you're ready for Nats. So let me ask you this,
Yeah.
Mr. Aaron Ruben, Mr. Lorcana, bro. What are we doing? What's next now that you got the Nats? How does it look like when you did it all? Are we hunting the Mickey? Are we still going back? What are we doing?
So, um, I love, you know, traveling and competing. So I'm just on to the next one. I'm got my tickets to Chicago already, hotels booked, flights booked. I'll be there. So if you guys are there, come say hi.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
For sure. Or anyone watching, come say hi. Um, you know, a lot of people might think that like a team, a competitive team is like, you know, these big bad meanies who are coming in to you know, mess stuff,
Well,
to
R&B is.
f stuff up, and you know, really put the beat downs on everyone. That's not the
You
case.
have your
Like
jersey?
we're just really good friends that love each other and are really passionate about the game. And so you know, we're all really friendly, so come say hi. And yeah, but for me, I'm gonna be going to as many of these events as I possibly can. I love it so much. And you know, some of these cards ended up, you know, having just a lot of value attached to them. And
Yeah.
I don't, we don't have to get too much into that, but I mean, I can basically bankroll several more
Yeah.
trips because of my success this weekend. And for me, that would be the biggest issue in terms of going to more of these. But now I kind of have the
option.
financial freedom to be able to keep going. So
That's the
so
goal,
huge.
right? Like
right.
just to play a game you love for free because you're that good at it.
Your nemesis said it last Tuesday, and you played Magic as well. So like compared to those events, like the return of like the profit income for this game is huge, right? Like even like the prize wall Cinderella is going for gazillion dollars, and it's such a huge deal. And I haven't really seen like again, my background is Yu-Gi-Oh, so like the Yu-Gi-Oh promos they do sell decent, but it's not in the nowhere near where this is, and it's a huge deal. Like, is that something to also kind of like people like you are
Yeah.
just kind of good? Is that something to kind of keep coming back for, just purely because like, hey, if I do well, I'm just gonna cover my thing anyway,
Yeah.
so might as well.
It's huge. So like for me as a Magic grinder, like my best finish ever was I got second place in a GP, which I think was like, I don't remember, like $5,000 or something like
Wow.
that. And it's just like this weekend, the cumulative like prizes like just far surpass like my best cash finish in a Magic event. Like I wouldn't be surprised if actually my you know, if I sell everything for like the kind of the fair value that they're trading at right now, like my lifetime earnings in Lorcana might be comparable to my lifetime earnings from Magic, which is a game that I played competitively for like 5 to 6 years versus
Crazy.
like this has just begun. So like yes, the value proposition is like amazing, and I think that there's going to be other competitive card game players
Yeah.
that are going to be pulled into the game solely for that purpose. I love Disney. I've loved Disney my entire life. That was like that's what really brought me in, but this is like a huge plus as well.
What is this? What are we doing, knife? Oh yeah, that's the Let It Go. Yeah, for sure.
Sheesh.
Yeah, I mean that's the TCG play. Yeah, it's just one of those things. It's a huge, like, again, it's hard to not talk about that, like the dollar signs, because like it's important. It's part of it. Like why should anyone that is good at a game show up and spend potentially a lot of money, like a lot of like plane tickets? I break it down. It's $300 if you get lucky, 200 back and forth. It's fair to say if you have that investment, you want to be able to get it back. And I have not seen the level of return in any other card game. Like you said, like Magic doesn't do that. It's crazy. And we're not even looking at the higher stuff, like the Rapunzel, the Mat, who knows? Like, it's crazy.
30K! 30K!
For what?
For the
For what?
Rapunzel.
But is
Wait,
that actual
what?
sales, or is that just one?
It's I think it's just one list. One
No,
list.
it's just one list. I mean, wish my name was that cool.
Yeah, it's one listed for 30K. But like, whoo.
I mean, sheesh. Still, like, it's just one of those things that, like, like the Mickey and all that stuff is like, it's seriously life-changing amount of money. Even just, it's insane, and like I haven't seen that anywhere before, other than like actual esports events.
Right.
And that's such a brilliant thing because it has Disney backing everything up, and we know the powerhouse at it. Like, there's no other IP that would provide that other than Disney, and it's such a crazy thing. And I'm glad that people like you are like, I want to go to as many as possible to do this, not only for the income, obviously, but like to be able to do everything and just continue performing in the level that you are, just to build that resume and just look for greatness. And I love that because as a sports fan, that is so that's that passion that we fall in love with, and I think this game is going to truly have that. And I'm just excited to see what happens in the future, man.
Yeah, someone actually asked me, they're like, Aaron, if you go to Chicago and because I think top 8 in Chicago is going to get the Nationals invite. They're like,
Yes.
if you go to Chicago and you find yourself in a battle for a top 8, what are you going to do? Are you just going to like
I'm gonna piss some people
concede
off.
and give someone else the Nationals slot?
We're
Like,
getting that
or you
Mickey.
just gatekeep that, and that's a moral dilemma. First of all, if that happens, that's a great problem to have.
I think it'll just go down anyway. If you have the invite and you make it, I think they're just gonna give it to someone else. That's like, you know.
Oh, is that how that works?
I think I mean they haven't announced it. We don't know, but like that's how it works, I believe, most of the time.
Hey,
because if
you
you
do
already got
it and we'll figure it out.
Yeah,
if you're gonna do it, it's gonna make sense.
You know what? I'll just do it so we can figure out what happens, just for the sole.
So like,
purpose of knowing.
I mean, both of you did it, but like if RIB didn't have like no mercy, right? Like we have to get your revenge. You're looking to get your change back. That's just how it
True.
works.
I've got to settle the score with Ryan.
Gotta settle the score now. I mean, it's just meant to be. But you're doing Chicago, like you said. Kind of want to get into that as well. Set 4, it's the big deal. How are we preparing for it? How do you feel about it? And how are we feeling about it overall?
Yep. So I was not looking at all into set 4 prior to, coming home from this weekend. I was just focused on Atlanta and set 3. So now I'm playing super catch up, I guess, trying to figure out what's going on. But, I'm catching up pretty fast. I've been hitting it hard basically ever since I got back. I took Monday off. I traveled back on Monday, and then Tuesday, Wednesday, and even tonight, right after this, I'm gonna hit the testing. Outlook's not looking so good.
Why?
I think that it's kind of everyone knows that there's 2 boogeyman out there right now,
So
and
is it for realsies? Are we popsicle
Yes.
set 2ing, or are we this is doom and gloom?
I have like I said earlier, I try to be really optimistic. So I'm just
Yes.
like, I can find something. I know I can find something that can
Mhm.
not even necessarily beat both decks, but if you have one that can like really handily beat one of them and then maybe be even or maybe even
Yeah.
with the other, then that's like a really
Yeah.
good candidate as like a deck to bring to the week for the weekend. So that's really like realistically what I'm looking for, and it is proving to be a much harder challenge than I imagined.
Guy's
It
good, huh?
Yeah.
This guy's good, huh?
Yeah,
This
that
guy's
guy is
very good.
very good. Yep.
Well, lady, my bad.
Yes, that girl is
Yep.
very
That girl
good.
is
I
good.
Yes.
think I
Yeah.
found my deck for Chicago. We'll see what it is. We'll see how Tia's event goes. See how
Tia's event's big.
see if that online meta for the last time. See how it works out.
8 pops is good. R&B. Fun fact: your friend Manny, he was playing the 8 pops deck, and he kicked my butt. So that deck is
Yeah.
pretty fun too.
A-pop's is scary.
8 pops is scary, but like I don't.
No.
Again, I personally don't see the diversity that we saw in set 3. Like,
Oh yeah, no, we knew this would happen. We knew
yeah,
this, White Breezy.
it's just doom and
Yeah.
gloom, man.
It is.
Uh, it's all right though. We gotta figure it out.
We got
And
to. It's just unfortunate that we went from we went from red purple winter
Yeah.
to
cold winter.
I
one
understood
of
that reference.
into one of the most diverse and balanced or the most diverse and balanced format that Lorcana has ever seen, into now
At least
I
there's
don't
two
know what
boogeymen. At least
two
there's
deck 2-deck summer, yeah.
Yeah.
We're
Yeah.
scared of a freaking squirrel, ladies and
We're
gentlemen.
scared of popsicles and squirrels.
That's crazy
Yeah.
to think about. Huh? I think it was Eric that posted about like how the obscure characters are the most scary cards in the game
Hiram,
right now. Bucky, which I don't think is obscure, but I'm biased. Diablo, and
Hiram.
Flaversham. Like,
Yep.
like what? Those are the 3 horsemen of the game.
Oh yeah,
That's
it's
so
great.
weird. Like,
It's awesome.
it's such a weird thing and so cool, but we are back on 2-deck summer, like Mr. Ruben said, and we should cherish that set 3 format. I think we're gonna go back to years down as the legacy format as that, and have a blast doing it, and we'll miss it. Set 4 is gonna be crazy. 2 weeks is too short though. I think there's
Yeah.
not enough time to test. I like, yeah.
I got
My
an extra week above y'all.
wow, must be nice. Must be nice. But like, I don't know. I'm not announcing if I'm going or not anymore, just because I've jinxed it.
Oh yeah,
So,
yeah. No,
I'm not.
White Breezy is cursed now. If he says he's
I'm
going somewhere, he's
cursed,
not
and
going.
Brendan last Tuesday kind of bullied me out of doing shoeies. But
He didn't
that
bully
was a
you.
great
He
moment,
logicked
but
you out of.
he logicked me out of it, and like I have the shoe to remind me of it now forever. But yeah, it's just one of those things where we gotta kind of move on and bounce back from a great format to a potentially not that fun one. How do you feel about, like, again, as an entertainment perspective, because this event is going to be run for how long was the first one? Like 9 plus, like 10 hours of a stream.
Yeah.
Like, it's going to be tough to watch if it's just
They-
those 2 things over and
They
over
are
again.
going to definitely have to be very strategic about the matches that they choose, especially in the early rounds of the tournament, just because they'll have the matchups, right? They should,
Yeah.
so they'll just pick, what a lot of off or not off, I don't want to say off meta, but less represented
Less
deck.
scary decks.
Yes, in the early rounds, so that it's not just all green steel and red blue all day long, But I really do like the way that they did the stream for Atlanta, where you got 2 matches every round, and they ran it on a delay.
They killed it.
You just never had to wait. Like that was brilliant. It was really great.
They did kill it, and like the casters are fantastic, and it's
Oh.
gonna continue. and it's just a glass, but it's gonna. They have to pick and choose now instead of like being able to blindly go in and be like, yeah,
Right.
it's gonna be a good time.
And
So
that was the thing, is like they were able to kind of like, they were pulling in really big names
Yeah.
into the feature match and kind of
They knew.
featuring the players each round. I got to have a feature match round as well. I think in round 4 was a super fun experience. But now, I mean, they'll probably have to capitalize on the deck lists in the early stages and then maybe start featuring the players that are having a deep run later on.
Yeah, it's interesting. Oh man, but how are you preparing for it? And well, not, I don't like the word confident because I'm a Survivor fan. Fun fact: when you say those words, you're gone. So I don't want to use that fun magical word. But like, how do you feel about it? And like, how has the testing been so far? Do we know? Are we confident in what we're playing? How is? Still don't know.
I have no idea what I'm playing right now. Obviously, my first, like I said, I've only been really diving deep since Tuesday, so I've only had 2 nights of testing so far. This will be my 3rd night, so it's like still super early, but also like I'm figuring things out very quickly. So that's the one positive. The negative is, when you by figuring things out, I'm basically figuring things out that certain things don't work, and and what that means is, all things just kind of point back to green, steel, or red, blue. And I'm not giving up yet on trying to find something that can slay those beasts, but turn it around. Let's see what
turn
it is.
Around, turn it around.
Turn it around.
You can't just be like teasing people. Oh, we saw red. All we saw was red. That's all I saw. I saw red. I think I know what card it was. I mean, Brawl. We know Brawl's a good card, dude. We know Brawl's a good card.
It's Brawl. What do you like?
Brawl. Who knew Brawl was a good card, man? Who
did.
knew, right? Yeah, it's crazy. No one saw Ice Block though. I won't lie.
I did not see Ice Block at all. I read that card and I was like, this card.
Everyone.
We all
like everyone just saw that and went, okay.
This is a silly card.
Why does this exist?
Right.
R&B, if you make Blurple work, I think Dude TCG will be crying with tears of joy from the background. Shout out to Dude TCG, by the way. Shout out to him. He's doing Dragon Ball Z stuff, Dragon Ball card game stuff.
Blurple Dine deck.
Ooh, that's fun.
Where like you had a bunch of items, and then you had the Aurora that makes all the items scry one when you exert them, and then you play Bruno.
Ooh, Bruno's fun.
So you have like that small aggressive package.
Who knows? Again, there's a lot of room to figure out. It's so new, but again, from the information, we have 2 big bads. Now, how to figure it out? And what?
Brawl's the answer.
Brawl's the answer.
Brawl is the answer to everything. It kills everything except Medusas.
Sisus
and Sisus. And
Maui's.
And Maui's and Robin Hood's. But it kills
and
Diablo.
Tamatoas.
But it kills
potentially
Diablo.
It does kill
the
Diablo.
Maleficent. Yeah, it kills Diablo. Sure. It's a great one. I think that's why you run 4 of in most like red builds I've seen.
Yeah, I think
so. You just gotta play 4 Diablo. Diablo is just warping how everything's being played right now.
Yeah,
that's kind of unfortunate. Like, it's just like, how do we answer Diablo for sure? If not, we lose. It's
crazy because, like, I've played some green decks on some matches on green steel, and, Ursula 3-drop, Deceiver of All, was just, like, arguably, like, the most powerful card in the game last set, and now it's just like, oh, I have to play my Ursula Deceiver of All on 3 instead of my Diablo, like...
Right? Like
this draw really sucks. Yeah.
Emerald 3 drops are like now like every time we see an Emerald 3 drop now, we have to compare it to Ursula Deceiver of All and Diablo.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, hey. It's like a Knight of the White Orchid. It's bad.
That was one I was excited for when I saw it,
right?
but yeah.
I was so
Yeah.
excited for that too.
It was like, oh, this is your on the draw answer to problematic, but it doesn't feel that way.
It's too
It
slow.
doesn't feel that way.
It doesn't have first strike, and it's 3 instead of 2. Ooh, first strike in Lorcana would be interesting.
I don't think we need it. I don't think I first strike. I don't.
That would
we don't
definitely
need
be
it.
a steal thing.
It's a
Resist, though.
Resist,
Functionally,
yeah.
that's the same thing. Like,
I'm fair, yeah.
yeah.
to an extent, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, kind of, yeah.
If you can get that resist number up, yeah, we
Yeah.
go crazy. We go crazy.
That's not first
but,
strike.
man,
That's just invulnerable.
Mm-hmm.
Can we get lifelink? Humble says, yeah. I love lifelink.
How would that work? Where like you deal damage, you gain lore. Wait, we have that. It's called Goofy.
Goofy does that. More of that, but like as a skill, you know. Oh my god. Yeah, but yeah, I don't know. There's so much to do, so much to be, but not enough time.
Not
Next
enough
week,
time.
this week is gonna go
Next
by
week?
fast, and we're gonna go to Chicago, and then a month from that, a month and a half, we go to Texas,
Yep.
and then we got
Then you got
Ontario-
Seattle. No, Toronto.
Seattle's next, and
No,
then
Toronto.
Canada.
It's Toronto. It's so Chicago.
It's Can.
Fort Worth, Toronto,
Canada.
Vegas,
Vegas.
Seattle.
Oh, okay, yeah, sure. I knew that. Vegas would be crazy. I don't think I would come back alive, but it'll be
That
fun
would
time.
be awesome. Like, I'm very
Vegas.
excited.
I am lobbying my wife so hard to let me go to Vegas.
So if you all go to Vegas, I just want to let y'all know, breezy
I'll be
parties,
set 5
okay?
legal.
Breezy parties, and I will force and peer pressure everyone to party with me that night.
Nah.
Yeah.
As long as I don't have a day 2 to go
Yeah.
to.
No.
I'm
Again, day
down.
2, I want people to be
I'm
locked in.
down.
I will lock people down to their hotels or whatever they are, so they don't come back to. But day 1, you didn't make it. We're getting lost. So
That sounds awesome.
Knife
I'm
does
down.
not party.
Knife. We'll get you to party. It's
Knife does not party.
We'll get you to party. It's fine. It's fine, dude. Come on now. But Mr. Aaron Ruben, thank you so much for being on the show. Again, it was an honor. It's an honor to have you here. Again, watching you just be fantastic at the game has been awesome. Honored to be, just be able to talk to you last week on one of the videos. It was such a cool moment. And thank you so much for being on the show. Yeah, man. Thank you so much for being here. I was worried that you would say no. Honestly, I get fanboyish every time I invite people for the first time because it's like, will they say yes? Am I cool enough? Well, and you were more than excited, which thank you again. And it's just an honor. And I would love to have you on again, dude. This was a blast. Like an hour went by like this.
Oh, has it been? It's been an hour. Holy smokes!
It's been more than that, dude. He's been.
My word.
He's such a positive human being, dude. I want to be like him. I want to be like Lorcanabro when I grow up.
I want
Like,
to grow up.
No, honestly, yeah, guys, it's been an absolute blast and pleasure here. I was so honored for you to invite me on. So thank you so much. Like, I love the channel. I love the energy that you guys bring. It's so like you guys really hype everything up, and that like I feed off of that. So like that, it's so much fun. And I kind of mentioned it at the beginning that I think my YouTube channel is going to end up being retired. So like I'm gonna have a lot of, but I've been thinking like, okay, what's my role in the community gonna be if I don't have this YouTube channel? And I kind of want to be that guy that people can like just reach out to, like, hey, I'm not trying to record some content, like, do you want to just jam some games against me, and they'll put it on their channel, and I'll love to help other people with their channel.
What if whenever you could, okay, here's a live offer. Just
live offer.
I do this.
Deal or no deal?
No deal. Again, this show is about people. Like, this is a community show. It's not about me. It's not about anyone else. This is about community. It's about celebration of Lorcana. Because a lot of times it's easy to be upset about things, right? It's so easy to be like, oh, I had a bad game. I hate this game. But this is not about this. It's about having fun, enjoying, and appreciating everything around the game with the game. So, here's the deal, man. This was a blast. And, if you ever have the time on a Tuesday or a Thursday from 9 to 11,
Eastern,
what if
yeah.
you just came on?
Yeah, what if just
What
Yeah.
if you triangled this up?
what if you just
What if-
existed, you know?
What if you just showed up whenever you want to
Yeah.
and just chatted with us the whole show?
Yeah.
That
We
would
have
be
2
awesome.
hours to kill on a Tuesday, Thursday, 9 to 11?
Yeah, that honestly that would be amazing. It's not something I would be able to commit to every week.
Again,
but
we
yeah.
don't want. I don't
For
want you
sure,
to
I'm
do
like,
not
that.
committed every single
No
Tuesday
one's
or
committed to this show other than not even me.
I mean,
so like,
dude
I would-
decided to be in
again,
the hospital other than the show last week.
yeah, if
so,
I
you know.
die, I die. But like, if you can and if you want to,
I would love that.
this
Yeah.
this is the part. This is the thing that I'm kind of growing alongside with this experience has been that like this Discord is such a weird one. R&B. This channel is open for anyone that's been on the show.
Yeah, if you've
And
been on the show,
I
you're
don't
welcome
pick
to
and
come
choose
back.
people here. Again, it's about energy. I'm a big, not a spiritual person, but like I do feed off energies. I love good energies, and people like you are
Me too.
so bright, and I would love to just, again, this channel is open for anyone to just crash into the show and chat. So,
Absolutely,
Mr.
100%.
Lorcanabro, whenever you want to, whatever it is, if you have the hour or two, again, it doesn't matter what time, please just join, and we will talk with, like,
We'll
we
figure it
will
out.
have a blast. So you have again, everyone in this Discord that's been in here, you have an open invitation to just jump in, have a conversation, and I would love to have as long as you want, my friend.
Absolutely.
That sounds awesome. That sounds like it will be so much fun. Yeah, I'll definitely.
Anytime, please just, you see that mods thing on your right? Just click on it, open your video, we go. And like, I didn't send you any information. There's no planning. We just talk.
We don't plan
And
anything.
you are
here.
more than welcome to please join, and I would love to have you on because this has been an honor and a pleasure. And yeah, just if you ever want to, whenever you want to, please come in, and we would love to hear what your big brain has to say.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that sounds awesome. I'll definitely pop in and
Also, I
Right.
might. Oh, sorry. That was so rude.
no, you go ahead.
Yeah.
You go ahead.
I might invite you for a series that I've been working on. Do you like chaos?
Some would say I'm an agent of chaos.
Oh. How do you
So-
feel? Do you like mental magic?
I have actually never played it, but it sounds awesome. So I'm definitely
How
down
about
to
some
try.
mental Lorcana down the road.
Woo, jeez. I might have to study up on all the cards if I'm gonna play some mental Lorcana, but I'm down to try it. Yeah.
Be ready. Be ready.
All right, let's do it.
All right.
Go. Wait. Bivens?
Bivens?
No, Bivens in here.
Is
Bivens
Bivens here? He should have jumped
Bivens-
on a while ago, bro.
not in the channel?
He's not in the channel? What? There
Oh,
he
he
is.
is! Wow! He knew his cue! This is awesome! He cued it! He cued it in! He's like, this is my cue, ladies and gentlemen. Boom!
Who dare summons me?
He's like, you heard the goat? I'm here now. Wow, that's awesome. That's so
Wow.
cool. That's awesome. That's awesome. Wow, that's such a cool moment. But like I said, again, I will communicate with you as well. If you ever want to say any words and you're in this, just hop on in, dude. Just say hello, and then we'll just have it. Again, there's no planning in the show, and that's the beauty.
We don't plan anything. It's ridiculous.
You have done improv, like you said, and it's just that's what we've been doing for the next forever. So please, anytime, dude. Just I'm being serious. Like, do come in whenever.
No, yeah, thank you. I appreciate that, and it's been so much fun. It's been an absolute blast here, and can't wait to do it again next time very soon.
Whenever. I know Chicago. Well, yeah, like do your thing. This is a super fun.
Yeah.
Like just whenever you have to, like, yeah, I can chat for whatever. Just hop on in. We'll be us. Like Your energy is contagious and need it more. So
Awesome.
man.
Thank you so much. I'm gonna go ahead and just drop off here. So
Wait,
you
no,
can-
no, no, no! You can
Oh.
stay here until the end of the show,
I'll
dude.
stay?
If you
Oh,
want.
Yeah,
Okay.
Again,
yeah, you don't
there's
have to
no
leave.
leaving.
I just wanted to make sure that Bivens gets the space that he deserves.
Oh,
so
he will. He's a friend of the
Okay.
show. Well, you can ask him questions. Again, this is the beauty of it.
Oh,
This is an open
awesome. Let's
circle.
do it.
Yeah.
Let's.
I want people
three-man
to
this.
just show up and just chat. Ah, Jimmy Cricket! Top 32! He said I'm a Ladies and gentlemen, one of my favorite, my GOAT, my actual GOAT, the one, the only, Zach frickin' Bivens, and he runs. Hi.
Hello.
My GOAT, man. Hi, how are you doing today? Hi, how are you been?
Fantastic.
And I kind of have to get your opinion on the elephant in the room. The reason why I had to make the show in the first place, because they obviously didn't like Pixelborn. How do you feel about that being gone? And how did that impact your experience in making the game? I mean, like playing the game.
So, I mean, it's definitely a blow to the community, no doubt. Pixelborn, like the game would be a fraction of what it is without Pixelborn, no doubt. As far as me personally, like I play more in person, like I play a ton more paper than Pixelborn, so it doesn't affect me quite as much as other people. But as far as the game, the community, like massive, massive hit, no doubt.
For sure. I guess the other question I have is like the coaching aspect, right? That's a big deal. Like last time we spoke,
huge deal for that.
Last time we spoke, that's how he did it. Like people hopped on Pixelborn conversation. Like how is that going to impact? Like Aaron, you do the same thing. You have the coaching available. I saw that on the. I mean, Labyrinth does it. You do it as well. But like, how is that impacting that as well? That's a conversation that I didn't think about.
Yeah, that's a big hit to the coaching. I'll probably just pretty much put it on hold when Pixelborn goes down.
Wow.
Like 90% of it is on Pixelborn. Sometimes people just want to talk and stuff, go over deck lists and stuff. But yeah, so much is through Pixelborn that I'll probably just pretty much cut it out for the most part.
Again, that's just another extra thing that sucks about it, and it's like, but like we gotta be optimistic, right? Like we just have to hope something's on the way so we can unlock that. People, I mean, I can't remember the name. The guy, he got accused of cheating.
Savage.
Savage, yeah. He talked about like potentially losing a job at the same, like the time, and it was just, it was heartbreaking to listen. So it's just one of those things that without the existence of an online game, there's a lot of doors being shut down, and that really sucks. But we just got to be optimistic, right? Like there's nothing else we can do, obviously.
Yeah, literally. Yeah, we got to stay positive, and a lot of good can come from this too. So like, it's not all positive. We just gotta be positive about it.
Which also, by the way, if you got accused of, if anyone that accused Savage of cheating, screw you.
Yeah.
Screw you.
There's no way he would do that.
Everyone, like anyone
especially
that was
on
brain,
stream. Right.
He didn't mean to do it, obviously. And anyone that
on
like
stream, there's no way you do it on stream either.
Yeah.
If you're gonna do it, like,
if you're
it makes
a
no
cheater like me,
Yeah,
you don't do it on stream. Like you do it when no one else is watching. That's how you don't get caught.
It's just, I don't know. Again, people that were like, you were a terrible. I'm sorry, but if you called him a terrible person, if you accused the person who he is as a person, fuck you, dude. Like, whoever's listening, if you ever did that, screw you. Like, I don't care. Those are the things that we can't do as a community. We cannot do that. He shouldn't have had to address it, and that's the part that sucks.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
I don't know. I think it's important because to me the integrity of the game is very important. So I think, being able to openly call out and address those kinds of situations is, I think, has a net positive impact on the community because it keeps the integrity of the game high. And to me, that is of like the utmost importance. But that being said, like he addressed it immediately. And I think the way he handled it was very classy and honestly perfect, like way better than I would have handled it. And I based on what he said, like I don't believe there was any malicious intent. But I do think that we don't necessarily want to like silence people from calling out cheaters. I think that's actually an important, healthy aspect of the game.
There is a excellent line between like calling out mistakes and calling out intentional cheating. Like mistakes will happen. There were plenty of mistakes made on the live
Shout out
stream.
that Captain Hook,
the immortal Captain Hook,
the guy that never died.
The there was one player that was spending way too like playing cards that they couldn't afford. A lot of players weren't exerting their ink, which like the OCD in me is like, why? First off, you have to exert your resources in any other game. So please do it here.
Please, for the love of God, bend your card, slide those cards up.
Please turn those cards sideways. But like,
Please.
There's a difference between calling out things like that and going like, this person is evil and they deserve to be kicked out of this community because they grabbed 2 cards off how far I'll go and put them in their hand.
Was it a bad mistake? Sure,
Yeah.
but it's that line. Like, don't call people out for being like terrible human being. Like they're the worst person, especially when they said, "Oh, it was a freaking mistake." Like
if it happens,
it's that weird thing.
If it keeps happening, like once you start developing a pattern, then that's when we can start talking about like things like that. Or if it's done in a way that it's very suspicious. Like sometimes, like when I've watched a lot of Magic, like professional, like you could tell when one is an accident and one is intentional. Generally, and like it's kind of hard. It disheartens me to see people falsely accusing someone of cheating. Like that is a very like falsely accusing someone else's character is very big for me.
Right, and that's another that's a big thing. It's just, oh, man. But on the more positive side, Mr. Biven.
Yeah.
I wanna get your Atlanta experience. I wanna get your side. I just wanna see how your experience was, how you did, how you felt. We brought the steel amethyst with your cricket, which is crazy. But how did it go, dude?
So it was pretty amazing for sure. Seeing everyone in person that I've talked to so much online was just amazing, like unbelievable. I probably took 50 pictures over the weekend with people. Like it was insane. And as far as the event goes, like for a first event, like 10 out of 10, they killed it for a first event.
Yeah.
Sure, there's plenty of improvements, but that's down the line. As far as a first event goes, like I was super impressed. So definitely happy with that. I played 9 rounds day 1. I had 9 people read this card.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had to double check when you did.
Hold on, let's see if I can get it. It's
draw a card.
2 cost inkable.
Okay.
1/2/1. Evasive, and whenever he enters play, if you control a Pinocchio, draw a card. You may draw a card.
Is it Pinocchio?
There you go. Yep.
Oh wow.
But I played
an ally.
Ooh,
Storyborn Mentor.
Mentor!
Oh, it's a mentor. Shout out the Mentor Tribal.
That makes sense, actually.
Yeah. So I played 0 Pinocchios in the deck.
What?
Because it comes down to, do you want to play Pinocchios or fire the cannons? Pinocchio is really good when you go first, but not when you go second. Like you're gonna lose to Amber Steel if you're playing Pinocchio instead of fire the cannons when you're going second.
Yep.
So you have to play.
I don't want to cut you off, but we have a 32-person raid from Jeffries.
Whoa.
Shout out to Jeffries, by the way. Thank you so much for shout out Jeffries. Thank you for the raid. Thank you for the raid so much. Thank you. We have 2 of the greatest Lorcana players on our beautiful screen with also 2 of the most handsome. Is Lorcana just like the prettiest goddamn TCG ever? Look at the beauty. Look at those winning smiles. Actually winning smiles. And like I firmly believe like this is the prettiest TCG ever played. Just no cap. But anyway.
Gotta be.
I'm a winner. I'm a champion.
There you go. Fancy.
Knive, you are a handsome man. I've discussed this.
Don't lie to
when
me.
When you're double jacked up, when you're 6-pack, dude, it's gonna go stupid.
Bro, my workout group destroyed me this morning. Like my cat is still killing me.
But I'm sorry, Biven. I had to just address the Jeffries.
Big deal.
Yeah.
But anyways, yeah, like you have to choose between Pinocchio and Fire the Cannons, and if you want to win when you go second, you have to pick Fire the Cannons. So
Right.
yeah, Cannon's huge.
I mean,
So everyone
Fire.
just assumed I played Pinocchio when they see this, but really it's just a turn 2 spell book against like Ruby Amethyst and all that stuff.
Yep.
Like you play this on turn 2 and they can't interact with it. Like if they want to drop a mini, I'm gonna crab and kill your mini, or I'll smash your mini. So they can't do anything until turn 6 with Medusa. And if you Medusa this guy instead of something else, like that really sucks. So
Question
yeah.
for you, Bivens.
What's up?
Fire the Cannons or Triton's Decree?
I mean, Decree seems super unreliable. So I don't know. I haven't tested. Like I haven't played any set 4 yet. But
Wait, are you going to Chicago?
I am, so I gotta cram.
Oh, dude, he has like 8 days, and he's like, I don't know, no clue.
And actually, I put everything into Atlanta. I didn't want a single brain cell thinking about set 4. Like I was so in set 3.
When is that? But like both of you haven't done that. So how do we like? When do you turn on the jets? Is it the moment the event's over? How do we go about that? As people like me who have no idea what's going on.
I mean, basically, I'm gonna have to cram next week and hope for the best. So I went into Atlanta thinking like, okay, I have a really good chance. I have the perfect deck, and I'm going into Chicago being like, well, this probably isn't gonna go well. So we'll see how it goes.
Now, my motto has always been training for the next year starts the day after the championship event. So
that's an athlete's mentality right there.
I'm hitting it hard. I've actually like spent a lot of time studying. I know this is gonna be about Bivens. I just want to say this, but I spent a lot of time studying like sports psychology and you know, just the mental game as a whole. And it's something that really fascinates me. And yeah, I've just thought about. I spend a lot of time, you know, reading, listening to podcasts about it, things like that.
Sports psychology is super interesting. Like as an athlete myself, I realized like there are a lot of things from like being an athlete and a musician growing up that my brain just processes differently. Like I see things completely different than like people who haven't had those experiences, and like they have experiences that I don't. Like it's really interesting how like how a person like did this completely unrelated thing changes how they view like
it translates to Lorcana. A lot of it translates to like Lorcana. So
the mentality as well, like being able to endure 9+ hours in one crammed building, that you don't get a lot of different places other than either you did sports, you did events like theater, music concerts, whatever. That just kind of brings that energy because like for like in sports you practice in the arena for X hours. If you do theater, you do have rehearsals, tech weeks that go from 9 weeks. Not 9 weeks, 9 hours of a day in the same theater doing the same thing for 100 times.
Yeah,
it's that mindset, and that you don't get that if you haven't either trained for it, haven't an experience with it, or you just it's very important.
That's such a great point. And so like Zach, why don't you talk to us about your process, because you know you're in this grueling 9-round tournament, which is already mentally taxing, but there is this hidden physical tax that is also happening. Like, what do you do to kind of sustain yourself during a 9-round event?
So I've talked about this in podcasts before, but like I literally go to the gym and run and do all this stuff just for Lorcana. Like I don't care about it otherwise. I'm literally doing it so I'm better at Lorcana. Like I felt nothing after 9 rounds. I didn't care. Like it didn't affect me at all. So I literally train so that I have the endurance for this.
Yeah.
I come with all the water. Like I ate like 40 Cliff Bars. I felt like day one. Like I'm good to go. Like endurance isn't anything.
Because this thing burns calories just as much as running or playing basketball does. Like you are burning calories playing Lorcana, and so you need to feed it. You need to hydrate it. Like
yeah. So like there's been studies and stuff on chess players, and some of them literally lose 10 pounds throughout the day doing nothing but sitting at the table playing chess. So like it's actually super intense.
Yeah, I can't wait to lose 10 pounds on the DLC workout.
Like, what'd you do, man? I'm sweating. Oh my god, I lost 10 pounds. What'd you do?
I played a card game.
I played a card game. But it goes that, I mean, it is that deep, though. You are running on all cylinders when you play this game. It's not
so, like, I changed my diet. Like I adjusted my sleep schedule the week before, like just so I could sleep the night before the tournament. Like yeah, I went way beyond the carbs.
Yeah. Dude, a sleep schedule's important, man. Like,
It's so hard to
Big
sleep
deal.
before tournaments, so like you gotta. That's why I just dialed it back a week and a half before. Like,
yeah.
just gotta get used to it.
Please
8
don't
hours,
say.
7 hours, 10.
Yeah, I get between 6 and 8. We'll see.
Nice.
Just depends.
That's
Yeah,
good.
but like that's
good.
what athletes do as well. Like you're
Mhm.
doing what they do, like per
Yep.
fight week type of deal. It's like the week before. It's just such a crazy. A lot of people brush it off like it's nothing, but it's a huge deal that like plays into play. How you slept the day before to how hungry you are while you're in round 4 to 8, 9. Really,
Mhm.
such a big deal.
Yeah, I treat it like a sport. To be honest with you, I know
You
it
should.
might sound crazy
Dude,
to
that's
some
why
people.
you
but
go,
yeah.
man.
Hey, Magic the Gathering was on
Not
ESPN.
crazy.
I did not know that.
Yep, it was on
Amazing.
It was on like ESPN like 3 for like one tournament.
ESPN 8, the Ocho.
Yeah.
Joe, the cornhole championships. What a crazy
Mm.
thing.
Jeffries, no.
Just to crack the problem solve. No, we are anti-crack in Lorcana After Dark, ladies and gentlemen. We
It
don't
will break
do
your
crack.
mother's back.
But well, you haven't tested for set 4, but like, how do you start? Like, where do you go from square one? What, like, are we looking into decks that are already good? Are you monitoring?
No,
What are you
you gotta go with green, steel, and red, blue right now. Like that has to be the
Yeah.
starting point. Even if you don't end up on it, like you have to know how they play everything about it. So you gotta start there. I think there's some sleepers though. Like blue steel's probably really good. Mufasa's probably really good. Like people are probably overreacting to those two decks a little bit, in
Yeah,
my
a little
opinion.
bit. I agree. They're overreacting a
Good.
little bit. They're not unstoppable, but it's hard to beat both.
Yeah.
You got
I mean,
find a way to beat both.
I think there's a way. Like it was hard to beat every single deck in set 3, but I mean, just
Yeah.
look at this guy. So
Exactly.
this guy did it.
My card, so. Oh! Oh! Look at this! Oh my god!
Is that Candy Crush?
you playing Candy Crush, dude?
How do you flip this damn thing?
I mean, hey,
Flip this
nice,
camera.
nice house, dude.
Dude, that is a nice house.
Oh, thanks.
How do you get a house?
Antique.
Oh my god, so beautiful.
Someone said blue steel, so like I'm like,
Oh, shoot.
the Candyman.
Again,
Hey,
everyone
blue
just
steel.
knows their cue in this. This is crazy.
You say blue steel 3 times in a mirror, and R&B shows up.
Wait, really? Can I do that when I go to sleep?
Hold on, let me see how I can. Can I actually flip this camera on here?
It's
gotta be a way.
It's gotta be a way. Yep.
Sure.
Oh, there you go.
Hey, there we go.
Wait, can I say just your name 3 times, like Zoolander 3 times? And you're gonna show up 4 in the morning in my bedroom.
Zoolander. And he comes in and is like, but why male models?
Basically,
Okay.
I just came by because I wanted to say hi to Bivens. It's been like 4 whole days since I've seen you.
I know.
I'm
It's
having-
bad. I'm a little bit depressed about it.
Yeah.
Dude, are you like
And
wiping your tears away with money now from all your golden Mickeys?
No. It's like, bro, some of the offers I've gotten are like ridiculous.
You got the Dubai, Saudi
Yeah.
look already. You're preparing for it.
At the next challenge, can I ride in your Lamborghini?
Ain't worth that much.
No, it says camel if it's Dubai.
Shout out R&B,
Wait,
by
is
the
They
way.
ain't
that
worth-
RFA?
Don't you dare.
Yeah.
Hey!
We've been sitting on the couch watching you guys. Like,
Oh my gosh, we're
We're
being
looking
watched
ready.
by R&B. Oh my gosh.
Mhm.
Why are you doing
Like,
this?
we
This show
made it
there.
stinks.
We
Both
made
at
it.
the same time.
Oh my god.
Man.
But-
So blue still is it busted for set 4?
the deck's really good. The deck does very, very well into green steel.
Mhm.
I think we're probably sitting around like an 80% win rate against green steel, which I think is very promising. I think that the red blue matchup, the two decks are doing very, very similar things. We blank a lot of their removal.
which is good, but like we also just don't really interact with them for the first like few turns of the game because there's just a lot of setup on our end, just setting up our item engine draw. And it really does come down to a play draw dependency. It usually comes down to an issue where like the turn that we win, if we would have passed a turn to them, they would have won and vice versa.
Right.
So like that's where the play draw dependency comes down. There may be a way for us to kind of break serve, but I haven't figured it out exactly yet. But when we're on the play, we win against red blue. When we're on the draw, red blue wins. So even if we're crushing green steel and splitting games with red blue, I definitely think that it's got a spot in the meta. If the lab's still going to be cooking. Like we're still trying to figure out how to navigate this current meta and give the community something so that we're not all just in top deck mode all the time.
So you're telling me just be the 3 seed again and go first all day, day 2.
Just be built different.
Yeah, just go first. Yeah.
I'm not going to take you seriously with a blanket on your head.
Hey,
I'm
we take it
channeling
very
Dubai.
seriously. He's the only one here with the gold Mickey.
He's going to Abu Dhabi right now. He's getting that's the vibe.
Wait, is that where the national championship?
For the record, I have half of a Mickey.
Okay, he
Really?
has half of
You
a
cut it in
gold.
half.
I have exactly one half of a Mickey.
Interesting.
That's the other half.
Aaron Ruben.
Hey.
Nice.
We made a collective decision in our top 16 match that I normally wouldn't make with anyone that isn't like someone in my direct circle. When you're talking about the value of a card like Mickey, I'm not eating if my family ain't eating either, and vice versa. Like it didn't make sense with that much money on the line to say that only one of us should have a stake in that. So Aaron and I made the decision that regardless of who won, we were going to split the proceeds of selling the Mickey so that we can both eat.
Yeah. Hey,
That's
you want to
the
do
best.
that in Chicago, Bivens?
Divide it in 5. They were just like, just divide it all.
We like called the judge before we even like had the conversation just to make sure like we weren't going to get ejected from the tournament or anything. And we asked them if we could discuss a prize split situation, and they looked up the rules and they were like, yeah, you guys can do that as long as there's no discussions of conceding. And there weren't. It was just like, hey, whoever moves on and they're entitled to all the future prizes from future rounds. But like, do you really want to play potentially? Like at the time we didn't know the value. I guess we still don't really know the value.
Don't know.
But at the time it's like, do you really want to play a $20,000 match of Lorcana right now, or do you want to just both
guaranteed $10,000?
Yeah, and just play for fun in the top 8.
Ladies and gents,
it made too much sense when you're playing for that much money. If you're playing against a homie, like there's no reason. Like I know I'm not trying to be greedy. Like if I'm gonna come up, like I want my brothers to come up with me. Like it's still a ridiculous amount of money either way. And I will say this: if you do plan on like discussing this with an opponent, call a judge before you guys start having the conversation. Don't put yourself in a position where you say something that might not be in line with the rules and guidelines that Ravensburger has put forth, and get yourself into a situation where you get disqualified and end up losing out on the opportunity in the first place.
True.
But at the same time, I again, Brandon's opinion is also correct. If you want to win it, go do it yourself. Like, whatever you want to do.
Yeah, absolutely.
RMB's approach is also, there's no right or wrong. Whatever you want to do. But what RMB done, amazing work, and y'all killed it. Shout out to everyone. This is insane.
This is an insane lineup. Like
all stars. All stars. Thank you everyone for being RMB. You look wow.
Like we got
RMB now you can afford a hat instead of a towel. So
a bucket hat, hopefully.
Like we were literally like laying on the couch, like watching Netflix. Like we're cuddled up on the couch watching Netflix, and we were like, "Oh shit, Breezy's on."
Nice. You made the right choice.
Yo,
Like,
bro. Why Breezy?
Watch us instead.
Why Breezy? We're more entertaining than Netflix.
What? We still won't get it revealed though. It's okay.
That's my
It's
fault.
much
fun.
cheaper too. Subscriptions to Breezy each month are significantly less than
It's also
subscriptions
free.
to Netflix.
You just watch ads. And
Nah,
Netflix, you pay for it, you still get ads. So
I don't like ads.
Hey,
No,
Lorcana
it's
Next. We're
not,
talking
it's
about
not.
how we're more popular than Netflix.
no, don't do that. This show is not about us. This show about everyone else. We highlight the community. This is amazing.
You do.
Thanks so much for like everyone's just here. It's so crazy.
No,
Man.
like
Also,
what's
oh
these
wait,
three
RB,
people?
wait before you do leave. Quick little couple sentences on
Showing animals.
Pixelborn. I know you're very passionate about it, so please give your couple of seconds, and then you can go back to cuddling. Cause go back, spend time with your lady, please.
You know, obviously, like I'm super upset. I'm sad. Pixelborn's been a massive part of my life for the last 10 months. You know, I don't think Labyrinth TCG would exist if it wasn't for Pixelborn. I wouldn't know Zach Bivens. I wouldn't know Breezy. I wouldn't know Aaron Ruben. I wouldn't know Nive. I wouldn't know anyone. I wouldn't be the player that I am today. This community wouldn't be what it is today. I'm more so like I understand the reason why there's been no official statement given by Disney, Ravensburger, everything like that. I get it. I totally understand, but I can't help feeling remorse that
Yeah.
like tell us something. Don't just keep us in the dark. Don't like you can see that the community is hurting right now and in a big way for a game that really brought together what I believe to be the most incredible TCG community that the world has ever seen. Don't keep us in the dark. Don't make us fret and stress, especially from a content creator perspective. Like there are some people like that's what they rely on. That's what like Wonderland, for instance, like he streams every single day. Like we don't know what we're going to do because we don't know anything. I'm not asking for them to comment on, you know, what Disney said to Pavel. I'm not asking for them to tell us that we can expect X, Y, and Z on a specific given date. All I'm saying is to reach out and say, hey, we understand. Don't worry. Something is coming. I think that that's super simple. It doesn't violate anything. It's not even giving specifics, but give us some hope, give us some light in the dark so that I can stop stressing and stop worrying about what the future of content creation and the future of this game is going to have.
Yeah, I mean, you said it the best, man. I really appreciate that take, and and that's a big stressor. Like, it's just a weird limbo that we have been put into, especially for the streamers, man. Like, that was my favorite thing to do at work. Just have Wonderlands, you or anyone that's a Brendan, just have it on my background while I can just do my work, and that kind of being taken away is a little awkward. But I don't think it's gonna be gone. But we need that light, man. And you said it the best. That towel is covering your mic. What? How? Is
Just
my
some
mic?
acknowledgement, like recognize that your community's hurting right now, and just say something, anything.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter what it is. Just acknowledge.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, absolutely. But again, thanks so much for hopping on, man. I really appreciate it. Go back to spending some quality time, Mr. Dubai. Thank you so much.
Thanks,
Love
all
you,
of you
man.
guys.
Love you.
Love that guy. He's the best.
He's such a good guy.
Mhm.
Yeah, but we gotta be patient. That's all we can do. Wait, what happened? Okay, that's my mic. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Interesting. Mr. Bivens, set four's on the way. We don't know what we're doing, which is crazy.
Watch
the
him
why-
still top cut.
That's like R&B not knowing what his deck was the day before. Like he Twitter surveyed it. That's just that. Like it's insane.
I'm glad he went blue still.
Yeah.
He is the blue still guy.
Jafar
And it was a
Ruben
good
was
pick.
weird.
Like it was a good pick because the only bad matchup was red blue. So like I think he absolutely made the right choice.
Oh,
We
yeah.
talked about Steel Song being a bad matchup, I believe. Tuesday.
I mean,
as well.
it can be hard, but I
Yeah.
mean, 50-50 kind of at
Yeah,
worst.
maybe 52-48, but like, yeah.
So what does the next week look like for both of you? Or Knive, you too as well.
Yeah. So I'm gonna let the pros answer correctly after I mess it up. But basically, since I have a good idea on what deck I'm wanting to play, what I'm doing is I'm just tweaking it, get the ratios right, play against the big bads, play against potential metas. I'm gonna watch what happens this weekend with the Pixelborn tournament. See what kind of stands out there, because whatever stands out there that kind of performs well against the two big boogeymen is going to become a big part of the meta. So just watching to see how the community will respond, and then respond to that is kind of just that next level thing. Like, I'm perfectly fine if I get rid of this, because the deck that everyone thinks is going to beat Emerald Steel and Ruby Sapphire is just incredibly strong to this. I'm happy to throw it away. But yeah, that's basically what I'm doing, is just tweaking this until I have a reason to not play it.
Mr. Bivens?
So I'm taking care of all my real life stuff this week. So had a ton to get done this week. So next week I can just be completely all in. Like for Atlanta, I was literally playing like 6+ hours a day. So I was super confident going into Atlanta. Definitely not so confident for Chicago, but just going to use all of next week to cram as many games as possible. Because of my Atlanta finish, like I'm able to go, like I've already booked my Chicago and Fort Worth hotels and flights. Like it basically funds the rest of the season, essentially, Atlanta.
That's amazing.
Wow.
So yeah, it's
That's
pretty
amazing.
good. So I'm getting there Thursday night, or Thursday in the morning, actually, in Chicago. So I'll get a ton in then as well. Basically, just play as many games as possible. See where it goes.
Before I ask you, Aaron, if anyone's that's buying these cards are on the stream, please donate that oil money this way. Thank you.
We would love some oil money.
Some oil money, please. Thank you. Because like those cards are expensive, and people are like buying like it's nothing. So whoever's doing that, like, give us subs, man. I'm sorry, I just had to do that. But yeah, just crazy that it's going so fast. Like people are on the spot been offered money to be able to buy, and it, like that's insane. They're not like $10 cards. So like crazy that you can able to do that with this game. I haven't seen that lucrative of anything before. So just it's amazing that you just said that, and it like blows my mind how that works. But anyway, set for Chicago. How are we doing it, my friend?
Yeah. So for me, like I was on Amber Steel for set for the last set for basically like the entire time. Like I topped 2 for 2 on Taya Beastie events. Like got farmed a bunch of stitches and play mats, and for me it was kind of like, all right, I just can't deviate from this at this point. Like if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So I actually like was not preparing probably as much as I should have for Atlanta at that point, because I knew the deck so well, I knew the matchup so well. It was just like, should I change this one card for this other card so that I could be teched more? It's more like, what's the meta going to be, as opposed to this one. It's just going to be like, I have to really be winding and grinding for the next 2 weeks or 8 days, whatever. Just absolute pedal to the metal. Hundreds and hundreds of games will be jammed. Like,
nice.
I'll probably play in the Taya event on Saturday, just because that's like the ultimate stress test for whatever deck that you're gonna bring it. It's interesting. It works both ways, right? Because if you have a good deck and you're like, okay, let's put it to the test and take it into the Taya event, and then you do well with it, then it's a known entity, and then now you have just created a monster that you now must destroy the next week. So it's kind of a double-edged sword, but I mean, at this point, I just need all of the data that I can, so I'll definitely be playing in that event. Yeah.
Data.
Where's baby? Oh, so crazy. Such a cramming that much games. It's such a again. It's like athlete's mindset. Like that's just like. You just do like the athletes shooting free throws for like 2,000 times in their day. And just doing it. It's so crazy how it's just parallel into that mindset. It's so cool. It's so cool.
The thing is, like, and I'm sure Zach will agree, is like a lot of people are just like, oh man, I don't know how you guys have like the capacity for that or the magnitude for that. It's not work to me. It's just like, I'm passionate and driven about the game. I mean, I'm obsessed with the game. It's like consume
Yeah.
all I think about. So it's just like this is what I want to be doing. I want to be jamming all these
Mhm.
games. So it's not
Passion.
like,
Love that.
all right, time to hit the grind and just get these games out. No, it's like, oh boy, like it's time to play some Lorcana. So
the game.
yeah.
I feel the same way. Like, there's nothing else I would rather be doing. I would
Oh.
like if I could pick something, that's what I want to do. I
Mm.
remember back in the Pokemon days, like I would forget to eat or go to the
Wow.
bathroom or whatever because I was just so into playing.
Locked in.
Literally get lost in it. So yeah.
Brandon's saying he's about to win that thing on Saturday with a ham sandwich. I feel like there's a few people in this world, like you two, Brandon, just pick up a pile of 60 cards, which what you did in the Steel Amethyst, like beginning of the set. Just picked up like $40 worth of cards and was like, I'm gonna win this thing. You
That
did.
was hilarious.
There's a couple of people that can do that, and it's like, it's because of those things
Yes.
that you guys are talking about, like the obsession, the love, the passion of the game. That you can just be like, I can unlock these lines in my mind because I spent so much time because I'm obsessed with the game. It's just only 60. Yeah, you're right. You route 66 this. You crazy madman. But yeah, I just love hearing that type of conversation because it's so so fascinating and such a inspiring thing to watch people just be like, yeah, this is what I want to live. This is what I want to breathe. This is what everything I want to do. And that's the mindset you need to be in, especially in a competition this lucrative. Really, like it's no big deal. It's a big freaking deal for that much. Like people win like barely about that much when they win like American Ninja Warrior. Like it's no joke. It's a serious conversation to be had. Like this is a big deal. So I want to highlight that as much as possible because people brush it off and it's not that simple. So again, y'all are amazing, just amazing minds doing it, and I just want to appreciate that as much as possible here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh man, oh my God, 2 hours went by so fast.
So fast. So fast.
Oh.
We got
Peanut butter, rest in peace. Huh?
Sorry, you guys wrapping it up, or I had just one quick question
Go
for
ahead.
Zach.
We have about X amount of time, please.
All right.
Not
I'm
just goes to
curious,
bed early.
What are those medals right behind you?
Oh, so I mean, it's all Pokemon stuff. Like the one in white is a regionals medal. These were from like, I guess you could say like Stitch level tournaments in Pokemon. Then trophies are all from like regionals, which is basically a challenge. Like when you win regionals in Pokemon, you get one of those.
Is that a graded Elsa?
Yeah.
Is that a PlayStation 1?
Sheesh.
Is that a graded enchanted Elsa?
No big deal.
So what's
MVP.
That-
so this is way cooler than a Enchanted Elsa, at least to me. First edition LOB.
Ooh,
Blue
the
Eyes.
LOB.
I don't know if you can see, but it's first edition
First
LOB.
ed. Ooh, LOB first ed.
So it's like my prized possession.
Yeah.
I love
You're not
Yu-Gi-Oh.
getting
Like
graded,
old
though?
school Yu-Gi-Oh.
Is that value-wise? Is that more? I don't know. Yu-Gi-Oh. Is
Yeah.
that more
If you
than
graded,
the
yeah.
Rapunzel that you just won?
Not in this condition. If it was like a PSA 10, it'd be like 40K. But
If it's
this one's
graded
like
properly.
Nice.
Man,
4K.
people holding cards that are worth more than my annual salary. Like
And then I have this sealed Forbidden Memories. So it was my favorite game as a kid.
Oh, I played that game.
Oh my
Yeah.
God. Ah,
So
cards are in there too, huh?
Yeah, there's a promo card in there or something.
Oh, beautiful. Is that a? Oh yeah, that's the PlayStation 1. Love that. Love
yeah.
that. Love
And
that.
then we got the LOB first Dark Magician. So
Classic.
had to have it too.
Classic. Gotta have the GOAT format stuff. Good stuff. But yeah, that's the show, ladies and gentlemen. We did it.
we
2
did it.
hours. Mr.
Episode
Bivens, thanks so much for being on the
25.
show. Mr. Lorcanabro, thanks so much. I love having you on, Bivens. Like, I'm a huge fan from like the day one of being here.
Yeah,
So,
been here day one.
Fanboy so much every time. And like, I don't know, man. Both of you have made this community so proud by kicking butt, doing your thing, and I can't thank y'all enough, and I appreciate y'all for popping on the show. But Mr. Bivens, before I do let you off into the moonlight, because there ain't no sunshine where we are, what would you like to let the people know? And people can find you everywhere already, but what would you like to say before I let you off into the moonlight, my friend?
Just thanks for being awesome. Like I don't even know how many people came up to me and said, "Are you Zach Bivens?" and like wanted a picture and was like just so nice in Atlanta. Like everyone was just so friendly. So just thank you for being supportive and friendly.
Of course. Only the beginning, dude. You're gonna do amazing things. This is baby steps, and it's only gonna get better. And you're gonna kick more butt, win all these things. And again, thank you so much for being on the show, dude. I love you, and have a wonderful rest of your night, man.
Always an honor.
Ladies and gentlemen, Zach Bivens. Yeah, I'll quickly clap after you leave. So there you go. All right. Now this is a weird spot because I don't want you to sign off because you're kind of part of the show now. You're kind of stuck with us. But I will let you have your sign off before, and then we'll wrap up the show. And you can come. Like I said, everyone that's been on the show, you can. Brandon DeCandio, you're next.
Brendan DeCandio, you can come whenever you want.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Whenever. You got to show off your trophies next. So
you
that's
gotta show off
your
trophies, bro.
I'm gonna DM you now that you follow me. By the way, I screamed at work. Okay, hold on, real quick. I'm gonna get distracted. I screamed when I saw Brandon DeCandio follow me back. Just letting you know, just happened. So yeah, I was like, ah, it was great. But Mr. Aaron Ruben, Mr. Lorcanabro, again, honored to have you. Such a positive energy. I loved. I can't wait to speak to you more. Pick that big, large, insanely smart brain of yours, and yeah, go from there. And again, you're invited just whenever you want to hop in. Open invitation. And yeah, before I do let you off into the moonlight, because there ain't no sunshine where we are. What would you like to let people know? And your last couple of words before I let you go.
Honestly, just thank you guys so much for having me on. You guys are too kind with all your nice words, and I truly appreciate it. It was an absolute blast being here, and I can't wait to come on again and hang out with you guys some more. And thanks to echoing Zach's comments, thanks to everyone in the community. I can't even begin to describe like how special this community is, and it's truly something that I didn't expect. I was just kind of like, oh, I'm going to another big event. I'm going to grind a tournament. And it just ended up being so much more than just a tournament. And, I really felt like part of something really special and really magical. And, all of y'all are making that possible. So like, thank you guys so much. I loved this game, and this past weekend just made me love it even harder, and that's because of the people at the end of the day. So that's gonna be it for me. Thank you guys so much. I'm gonna drop off. Luffy here has been a trooper, so I gotta go take him outside. It's potty time. So
Absolutely.
You guys, see you.
Have a great night, ladies and gentlemen. Lorcana, bro, aka Aaron Ruben.
And that is a wrap, ladies and gentlemen.
That is a wrap, ladies and gentlemen. Wow, what a show! R&B. Also, same offer goes to you. If you ever wanna just come on and say words to the show, come on in. I think that's the next step for the show now. I think this is the essence of us, right? This is the randomness.
Absolutely. If you just want to come in for like 10 seconds and tell us your favorite ice cream flavor and leave, you're welcome to do so.
And if it's not if it's a bad one, we will cook you.
We'll cook you hard. If it's not strawberry,
like a bad one, like if you say like I don't know, I can't think of a bad
Moose
flavor
tracks.
on top of my head. Huh?
Moose tracks.
You don't like moose tracks? Okay, see, see now we have a whole conversation, but
isn't that cool how discussion works?
Yeah,
someone says a controversial
you're wrong.
thing, I don't. We talk about it.
You're just simply wrong. Moose track is like one of the best flavors out there. Yeah. See, people are upset at you now. Congrats, you made people upset.
You're
once
welcome.
Again. Good job.
I have made
You've
you
done
all
this
upset.
once again. But again, like I said, I think that's the evolution of this thing is going to be that open. Like,
yeah,
this channel is kind of open, whatever. But like, I want that like this is kind of a big bar that people are just hanging out kind of thing. Like that's the Lorcana After Dark. Literally, we're just having a fun time.
We just need
less shoeies. Thanks Brendan for that one. Boo. With logic and facts or whatever, science.
Science.
You know, science.
I like
but
science.
I did order the glass one though, so.
Good.
I did order the glass boots,
Good.
so you know, as much as I knew the potential issues, but anyway,
Put you in the hospital, Les.
it didn't. That's a different reason. Again, different reason. I can't say
that.
why, because that will get us banned out of this channel. We can't talk about why. But yeah. So anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for being on the show. I might be playing some live games at the Real Play Network. Got my deck here, got my camera set up. So you might see some post lad gameplay if you do hop on that Discord.
Dude,
it's on Twitter. It's on wait, can I?
I will also be there most days. I need to grind out for Chicago, and you get to find out what spicy brews I'm coming up with.
But yeah, we'll be there.
Yep, Humble
do live games probably. But again, this today has been one of the most insane days in Lorcana. This week has been fantastic. Last Tuesday, if you haven't seen the show, we had R&B and Wonderlands and Brandon DeCandia show up out of nowhere. Today we had the Lorcanabro and Zach Bivens, which I fanboy over since day one. And next week we have again insane guests that I can't wait to discuss and show and talk to. And then we got Chicago, and then we bounce back. More Lorcana After Dark, more fun stuff, and R&B again. You have an open invitation. All lab team does actually.
The whole lab team. Everyone
just
does.
partner us at this point, dude. Like, come on.
Hey, I am.
I don't want to be in the team. I'm not good, but I just want to be like.
Team. I'll join the team.
But, ladies and gentlemen, it has been an episode of Lorcana After Dark. Thank you so much. I am yours truly, Wide Breezy, and I had the honor and pleasure to speak to the one and only
Nye from Nye's Nerd Corner.
And I hope everyone has a fantastic night. And we are signing off. Boom, baby.
See you later, y'all.
Dude.
Dude.
Banger.